Hey guys, and welcome to 411420, where you get the down low on the business of getting high. I'm your host, Joy Mia Italiano. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about cannabis legalization. Now, possession of cannabis is illegal in most countries and has been since the beginning of widespread cannabis prohibition in the late 1930s. However, possession of small quantities has been decriminalized in many countries and subnational entities throughout the world. Your first thought might be Amsterdam, right? Surprisingly, the Netherlands was not the first country in the world to legalize the sale, cultivation, and distribution of cannabis. That award actually goes to Uruguay, which passed a law doing just that in 2013. High five, Uruguay! And look, things are changing. The medicinal use of cannabis is legal in a number of countries, including the Czech Republic, Israel, here in America. And did you know that earlier this year, the Canadian government introduced legislation that, if passed, would permit the recreational use of marijuana throughout the country by July 2018? I know, it's nuts. It was an election promise made by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, which is just another reason why he's a major babe. But anyway, the Canadian bill was inspired in part by cannabis legalization in Washington state and, of course, Colorado, where I grew up. Yes, Denver, the Mile High City, makes so much sense in retrospect. And I used to think my home state was so square. Ha! But it made over $1 billion in weed revenue in 2015 alone, which is pretty rad, Colorado. Am I right? Sorry, guys. Anyway, what actually are the weed laws in the United States? Let's break it down, shall we? In the United States, federal law prohibits possession or sale of marijuana for any purpose. But back in 2013, the Cole Memorandum made it so that cannabis users and dealers operating in compliance with individual state laws wouldn't be persecuted. Now, medical cannabis in the United States is legal in 29 states. Massachusetts, Maine, and Nevada all passed measures last November legalizing recreational marijuana, along with where I live right now, California, of course. Now, Prop 64, the measure allows adults 21 and older to possess up to 1 ounce of marijuana and grow up to 6 plants in their home. Pretty cool. On the other hand, there are some states in the country that may never come around to cannabis, at least not for the time being. What is the most anti-herb state in the nation, you ask? Surprise, surprise, Idaho. Idaho is considered the most anti-marijuana state because it doesn't generally even acknowledge the benefits of medical cannabis in any way. In fact, in 2015, a bill that would prevent seriously ill citizens from being prosecuted for possession of marijuana oils with the low THC content barely passed the state legislature before being vetoed by Governor Butch Otter. Otter even wrote a letter to Donald Trump in January asking him to interfere with states that legalize medical marijuana. For the time being, it looks like the only thing getting baked in Idaho are potatoes.